Make sure our phones is on mute or silent. Let's clap it up. Hey, Shalom, Yahweh Shemar Shabbat to all the brothers. Shalom, Yahweh Shamar. Alatham Bashimar Shad, all the sisters. IHK, Minnesota, with the Brotherhood class. Today, we are going to touch on pretty much what the title says. How did the Jews lose their identity? Okay, that's a very important topic that we are going to touch on. And we have a whole, pretty much a whole dialogue that we are going to discuss with precepts. Okay, and a little bit of history, because in the Bible, it is a book that is filled with nothing but history. All right, and we are going to go and start at the very top, just to show you why we ended up, losing our identity, our culture, our heritage, our way of life. Because today in America, 2021, a lot of people believe that your way of life is, getting high, selling drugs, chasing women who are, a lot of times end up being whores, living the street life, okay, trying to fight, in the Esau's military. All those things is not our purpose in life. The Bible actually explains and tells you what you should be doing as a man of the Lord. Okay? As as a man of the Lord. Because the Most High requires a soldier out of you. He requires you to be, if you are a woman, he requires you to be a princess. Not a woman dancing at the strip club, okay, exposing your body, your nakedness to all these lustful men who really just looks at you as a piece of meat. You are much more than that. Black man, you are not, you ain't gotta, you ain't gotta fit the norm of America, what it means to be a man. See what I'm saying? That's right. All right, because for example, Dwayne, what do they tell you in America how a man should be?
Well, being always chasing after women, being gay.
There you go. Right, homosexuality. Yeah, being gay.
This probably doing it in the corner of America.
Say it again.
Committing adultery.
Committing adultery. Yeah, yeah. All those things. Okay. Those are all the things that we have to change about ourselves. It's time to live the life that the Most High had intended us to have from the beginning. Like when you read about the Most High, or when you read about Yahweh Shai was not doing what everybody's doing today in the world. He was not celebrating no Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween, and it was just Christopher Columbus Day, I believe, 2 days ago. And then right next to that was a Native Indian or Indigenous Day to celebrate the Native Indians. But even that is crazy in itself, because why would you put that day next to Christopher Columbus Day? That's disrespectful still. And if you are somebody that is that said that you hate Christopher Columbus Day, but you are celebrating Thanksgiving, you are a hypocrite, and you should die. See what I'm saying? You should really die. And why do I say that? It's because it's sinful, man. It's not lawful at all. And a lot of times people do die on Thanksgiving, don't they?
Yes, they do.
People are getting shot in all throughout the Midwest, all over the earth. The numbers go up. Every time there's a holiday, people are dying. It's supposed to be a celebration, is what they say, but it's really a lot of death that goes on, a lot of grief that goes on. Okay. So anyway, let's move forward. So once again, we are going to get into how did we as a people so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian people, how did we lose ourselves, our identity, our culture, our tradition, our heritage, everything that the Most High gave us? How did we lose it? And we are going to get the answer right away. Anybody got questions? No questions? All right. If you have any questions in the chat, go ahead and type it in, and I'll check throughout the class. Otherwise, I want to get into the topic. All right. Give me Deuteronomy 27:1. You want to call it out and then read it.
Okay, Deuteronomy chapter 27, verse 1. And Moses with the elders of Israel commanded the people, saying, keep all the commandments which I command you this day.
Read it one more time.
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 1. And Moses with the elders of Israel commanded the people, saying, keep all the commandments which I command you this day.
Now stop right there. Now Moses, whose name is Mashah in the Hebrew, Moses, who was a man who was a prophet that was giving us the truth and leading us out of Egypt, he told us that we had to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. Now, did it say some or all? All the commandments. You have to keep all of them. Like, one thing that we have to understand as a people, we don't have a choice when it comes to serving the Most High. Either you do it or you die. Because if you decide not to serve the Most High, you're going to end up dead. You're going to end up in hell, in captivity, which we are in captivity as we speak today. 2021, we are still in captivity under America's rulership.
Right.
And how do you know? From each captivity that we have been in, the same things are happening right now. If there wasn't no captivity, everybody in this whole earth would be in peace. Okay, and that's what we're fighting for as Black and Hispanic people in the IHPK, and with the sisters on the side of us, we are fighting for the kingdom of heaven. Right now, we are dealing with curses, but we're fighting for the blessings because we were supposed to have the blessings, over thousands and thousands of years ago. But at the time of Moses, we did not hear him. We did not listen to him. We were stubborn to what he was saying, and we did not hearken. Because of that, we had consequences for generations up until now. Now our kids and grandchildren have to suffer. Okay? And we are suffering till this day. I keep seeing Salaki. 1 second. Yeah, but anyway. Yeah, so pretty much that's what's going on. Like, you got black on black crime going on still,
Right.
which is created by Esau,
Right.
because poverty endorses violence. Okay, you feel me? Because with all the guns, with all the lack of resources, you have to find a way to survive. You are on survival mode, so you are going to do whatever it takes to make sure that you are straight, to the point where we rip each other apart. Okay, I need to read that one more time.
Deuteronomy chapter 27, verse 1. And Moses with the elders of Israel commanded the people, saying, keep all the commandments which I command you this day.
Right, which I command you this day. Now, with that being said, we don't have tomorrow to make more mistakes. Today is the day that you say, you know what, I got to stop the evil that I'm doing, and I have to give myself over to the Most High, meaning, have obedience, show him my obedience.
That's right.
And how you do that is by keeping the law. Now, it's one thing to read about, the law, statutes, and commandments in the Bible, but it's another if you do it. Because if you're talking about it and you're not applying it to your life, you're a sinner. You're a sinner and you are a hypocrite. And also, too, the Bible does say in Matthew 5, I want to say 5 and 18 to 19, it talks about he who teaches the law but does not keep the law shall be least in the kingdom of heaven. but the one that teaches the law and keeps the law shall be great in the kingdom of heaven. If you want to be great, rich, powerful, once the kingdom comes, you know what you got to do. You got to put your brick in. You got to come and do your 90 days. You got to shed yourself of the world. You got to, you got to do something different with your life.
Right.
Otherwise, it's going to cost you. It might cost your family, your friends' life, your children, your wife, yourself, whoever. Okay? Keep going.
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 2. And it shall come, Salakia, and it shall be on the day when ye shall pass over the Jordan into the land which the Lord their God giveth thee.
All right, no, that's fine. That's fine right there. Get chapter 28, verse 1.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And it shall come to pass that thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord their God.
Stop right there. Now it should come a time where we shall hearken diligently unto the Lord thy God, which is our God. Now you got to ask yourself, what does the word hearken mean? Hearken. Say it again.
Listen.
It means listen or hear. Okay? That's what hearken means. All right? Now, what does diligent mean? Because that's the root word of diligently. So what does diligent mean? Say again.
Seek deeply.
To seek deeply, that I believe that's correct. Time. Now let me go ahead and get the word. Because you definitely want to double check that. Give me a second here. So diligent. It means characterized by steady, earnest, and energetic effort. So what was your answer?
To seek deeply.
Right. So pretty much, yeah, like you have it's zeal. That's what it is. To be diligent means that you have zeal towards something. And you have to have zeal according to the Most High. All right? See what I'm saying? The Bible also says about this that my people have a zeal, but not according to God.
Right.
And that is an actual precept. And that's very deep because that's the truth. We may have a zeal for the Most High some way, somehow, but we are trying to find it through Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, things of that sort. And that's very deep. That's why we are a spiritual people.
That's right.
See what I'm saying? So let me fix the camera real quick. Yeah, sister said, listen, that is correct. Absolutely. Yes. See that real quick. All right, there we go. That's a lot better. All right. So yeah, the word hearken means listen, and diligent just to characterize it in one word, it would be zeal. Okay. And you want to be zealous about this truth, man. Otherwise, you're playing around with your own life.
Right.
You're playing yourself, and you're just playing in general. And that has to come to an end because things are serious and happening in this earth, as we see all around us. When matter of fact, by the way, just give Houston a hand real quick. I definitely want to thank, Commander Yohana, and the men, out there in Houston, man. It was an amazing cookout, amazing weekend. Although it wasn't a fire weekend, but it was definitely a fire ass weekend. You know what I mean? Just amazing brotherhood, sisterhood, amazing food, the hospitality, the love, everything about it was just amazing. You see what I'm saying? Everything was just so perfect and just out of this world. So yeah, I just want to give them a quick shout out real quick. When I was in Houston, Texas, all I kept seeing on my phone, because I have an app called Newsbreak, and with Newsbreak, it gives you all the articles as far as what's happening, like up to date, things that's going on in the earth. And a lot of people, man, were dying left and right in Houston. And I seen some people in Minnesota over north and St. Paul. There's some shootings that happened. Some people got hurt. Some people died. And I believe somebody got shot downtown St. Paul just the other day. I keep hearing about that. So now the point of this is the only reason why that's happening is because we are not ruling the earth. If black people was ruling the earth, there would be no such thing as someone getting shot downtown anywhere.
Right.
There wouldn't be no crime.
Right.
Crime would be stopped because we have a solution for crime, which is in the Bible. Can you read 28:1 one more time, please?
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments,
to observe and to do all his commandments. So now we know what hearken means, which means to listen. We know what diligent means, which is zeal, but to observe and do all his commandments. What does the word observe mean?
So look at something very carefully.
Right, you analyze something.
Right.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? You analyze this law, this statute, this commandment, so you know how to apply it to yourself. Because a lot of people they read about the laws, but they don't know what it means or how to apply it to themselves. That's why we always say it's better to come here into the ISUPK because we have the truth, because we are the home of the truth. So we have the answers for that.
That's right.
We can show you properly how to serve the Most High. So that way there's no confusion and you don't have room for error. Imagine that. Ain't that beautiful?
Yes, it is, sir.
See what I'm saying? Not having no room for error whatsoever. Because you are being taught, you are being trained. The Bible says that you have to be, taught again. And ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't no wrong with learning, this right here. I tell brothers and sisters all the time, it doesn't matter what age you are or how far that you think that you are gone in the world, you can change your life if you just make the effort.
Right.
Just sit in a couple of classes, just watch how things just change for you ASAP. Because it's gonna happen for you. If you put in the work. You can't be lazy. If you're being lazy, nothing's not gonna change at all. Things are gonna be the same.
Right.
All right. And you're gonna wonder why things are, still terrible and bad. It's because you did not follow through with what you were supposed to do, which is serving the Most High by keeping His laws, statutes, and commandments. And now, if you observe that and you hearken and you are diligent, you should be tawab, man. You'll be just fine. You'll be on your way to serving the Most High like no tomorrow.
That's right.
You will have the full understanding on what you should do and how you should do it. Okay? It's not grievous. It's not hard to do.
No, it's not.
See what I'm saying? It's not a hard thing to keep this law, statutes, commandments. All right. Now, is it a marathon? Yes. Is it, can it be tough? Yes. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not easy to serve the Most High. And it should never be that easy anyway. Because a lot of people don't deserve the Most High's mercy or love. So the Most High pushes you. He tells you what to do and how to do it. He is a father that he has love for his children, but it's conditional. There's no such thing as unconditional love. Right. Conditional is under a condition. So you are held to a standard. If you think about it, okay? You are held to a standard when it comes to the law. What happens if you break the law?
Curses are coming upon you.
Mm-hmm. What happens if you break the law in America?
You go to jail.
There you go. There you go. That's it. You go to jail. So there's no such thing as unconditional anything when it comes to the Most High. It's always going to be conditions. It's going to be under one condition. You ever heard that term?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Something that's under one condition. And when someone really says that, under one condition. You feel me? Like it's telling you like, look, if you don't do this, this is what will happen to you.
Right.
So if we go against the Most High's words, we get punished.
Right.
So that's not unconditional. And people don't know words, I guess. I think some people just need to go back to school and really learn, because some people just don't really understand the simplicity of a simple word like unconditional and conditional.
Right.
They always say, well, my mom, she loves me no matter what. My daddy, he loves me no matter what. No, that's how the Most High works, and that's not how children, the children of Israel as parents should not be like that either. You know what I'm saying? They should not be unconditional parents. They should hold their children at a standard. Okay, hold them accountable, and that's why once again, when we break the law, we are being held accountable. You see what I'm saying? With some type of punishment.
Right.
And that's justice. It's only right, because that's what's going to teach you. Allowing you to keep doing the same disgusting garbage over and over and over again, that's not going to teach you to stop. It's going to make you want to keep doing it. It's going to keep making you run to the cigarettes, run to the weed. All right? It's going to make you run to all those things that you have no business partaking in. Is that it on that scripture?
No.
All right. Oh, wait, you said there's more?
There's a little more.
Go ahead.
Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 1. To observe and to do all the commandments of the Lord their God. To observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord their God will set thee high above all the nations on earth.
Stop right there. So actually, I'm going to read it one more time, but before you do, make sure that you pay your tithes. If you are watching class and you are, and you are claiming the 12 tribes chart, make sure that you pay your tithes. Okay,
Right.
That's what you need to do. That's the least that you can do. Instead of giving that money to some garbage, like the plug, giving that money over to the whores. See what I'm saying? Using your money for the things that don't matter, that's vain. Why don't you put in 10% and put that towards the school, the truth? Because that money helps all of us. How does it help us? It feeds families, it clothes families, and it does a whole lot. It gets your rent paid, and also too, it gets some, make sure you got some on your feet. All right, food in your fridge. All those things matter. Okay?
Right.
So make sure that you're paying your tithes, and make sure that you keep supporting the Minnesota Felony Expungement Service, which is October 17th. All right, which is coming up. We about, I believe, we about 5 days away right now. Okay, you know what I'm saying? We are 5 days away. So come support. It's going to be at the Minnesota School. All right, October 17th from 10 a.m. through 6 p.m. All right, all Israelites are invited to, get help with their records. Okay, can you read that portion that you just read all over again?
Okay, Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1. To observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day.
Right. So this is something that you have to do. You have no choice. It's either you choose what the Most High said to do, otherwise you will suffer the consequences. And that could be death, that could be drug addiction, that could be all types of things. And that's up to the Lord. It's not up to us. All right? Is that it on that?
A little more.
Go ahead.
That the Lord their God will set thee on high above all nations on the earth.
Right. The Most High is going to set you high above all the nations of the earth. And who doesn't want rulership as a black man?
I do.
Right. We all try to find a way to get at the top anyway. Why don't we work towards the kingdom instead of Esau's kingdom,
Right.
who is our oppressor?
Right.
The oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
Instead of trying to build them up, let's build our own.
That's right.
Ain't no wrong with, having something that's ours and only ours and nobody else is a part of it. Okay? Ain't no wrong with that.
Definitely.
All right. All right. Is that it on that?
Yeah.
All right. No sweat. All right. Can you go ahead and get me Ezekiel 2 and 3? Once again, the white man is life. The oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
All right. And if you are a so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American, woman, male, female, men, children, child, whatever, come back home, man.
That's
Learn
right.
this truth. Learn about yourself.
Right.
Learn the true knowledge. Learn the fact that you are not a so-called African American.
That's right.
That you are not Latino, Latina. You're not a so-called North Native Indian or so-called Native American. Okay, find out who you really are. You're gonna find out that you are a Judite. You're Zebulon, you're Issachar, you're Manasseh. Okay, you're a Levite. All those things are very important, for us to know, because otherwise we are going to continue spreading lies about who we are. Like Black and Hispanic people deal with what is called a identity crisis. Do you know what that is, Dwayne?
Identity crisis?
Yeah. How would you explain what an identity crisis is?
I guess identity crisis is you try to identify yourself with somebody else and try to find out who you is. Mm-hmm. Something like that.
Right. So identity crisis pretty much is you identifying yourself, like you're living one lifestyle. For example, you live in one lifestyle of being a Christian or a Muslim, but that is an identity crisis because you are not that. What you really are is a Jew from the 12 tribes of Israel. That's what you are. You are an Israelite and a child of the Most High Power. All right, whose name again is Yahweh. But a lot of people don't want to hear that. A lot of people are not ready for that type of conversation because they're scared. They lean on to their own understanding. And even the Bible tells you not to do that. Don't lean on to your own understanding. All right. All right. So you got that?
Yeah, Ezekiel chapter 2, verse 3. And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that has rebelled against me. Mm-hmm. These and their fathers have transgressed against me.
Right. So we read this very early in Sabbath service, Ezekiel the 2nd chapter. And what this pretty much is speaking about, and yeah, that's right, damn right. Damn right, sis. Yeah, you're right. And shalom to everybody else that just came into the chat. All right. So yeah, it's like I was. Oh yeah. So in Sabbath service, we went over Ezekiel the 2nd chapter, right? And in the 2nd chapter, immediately you start to see the behavior of our people and how they are a rebellious children. Can you read it from the top one more time, Baba Shah?
Ezekiel chapter 2, verse 3. And he said unto me, My son, I send thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that has rebelled against me.
Right. And what does the word rebellious mean?
To rebel against his rules and his authority.
Right. If you are rebellious, you are going against what someone is telling you. See what I'm saying? In this sense. And so this is the Israelites being rebellious against the Most High's law, statutes, and commandments. And the fact that the Most High even gave this to Jacob, which he is the forefather of us all, the 12 tribes, of course. I mean, why not keep this? Why not hold on to this? Out of all the people on the earth, he gave y'all, he gave us this birthright with the laws, statutes, and commandments. Okay? All right, so keep going.
Ezekiel chapter 2, verse 1. even unto this very day. But they are impudent children, stiff-hearted. And I do send day unto them. And thou said, say unto them, thou said, the Lord God. And they, whenever they were here, or whenever they were forbear, for they are a rebellious house. Yet shall I know that there has been a prophet among them.
Right, you stay right there. So he's pretty much saying, like, look, these are a rebellious people. They're rebellious children. They pretty much don't give a damn.
Right.
They don't care. Because if their life is on the line, how most people in the scriptures, when they get scared, when someone gets prophesied about this place being destroyed, some people, are in fear of that, and that might make them want to change. But some things that you may do or try to do or show Black Hispanic people who they truly are, what's going to happen is, man, they may not receive you. And to receive somebody means someone has accepted whatever you're offering, okay, or accepted you as well. All right. So so that was it on that.
Yes, that's season is here.
Actually, get verse 4 one more time.
Verse 4 will tell you. Ezekiel chapter 2, verse 4. But they are impudent children and stiff-hearted. I do send thee unto them.
Right.
And thou shalt say unto them, thou said the Lord God. They, whenever they were here, or whenever they were forbear, but they are a rebellious house.
Right, they are a rebellious house. And we are supposed to be the house of Israel, but we looking like the house of the wicked niggas.
Right.
Like good night. The house of Israel, but we are not even a house. And how you know some of the show, how you know for sure is based on how we acting right now today.
Right.
Just think about it today. Just look how we are living as a people today. We can't tell nobody anything. You know what I'm saying? You got it yourself. Some people just like to do it. Some people just like to, I guess you call it being a individual, like where they just do their own studying and do it by themselves and don't join anybody because they figure that they know the Bible more than the true prophets of the Lord. Go ahead.
Yeah, like I was saying, most of them be stubborn like you. Can't tell you the truth. You don't want to agree. You want to rebel.
Oh yeah. I done had a few face-to-face conversations or battles with fake Israelites who say I met one who said that he just does his own research and he don't join anybody. He just watches online. But there's one cat from what is that called? ICCJC, which is over North Minneapolis. And pretty much, they don't like the UPK at all. Because they feel like that, we boast about us having the truth. Nah, it's just the truth. The truth is that the IHPK, under Commander Junior Hunter, has the truth.
That's right.
You can't deny it.
That's right.
And you know what, too? Almost every fake Israelite group has admitted that at one point in time. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that's it. You came on your own. I really can't teach some of the prophets, true prophets. These scriptures tell you that.
Right.
You learn and teach the scripture. You ain't gonna never learn on your own. Okay, I'm gonna read it. Because some things you're not gonna be able to interpret.
Right, yeah, absolutely. I agree with you, 100%. Yeah. So you can drop that real quick. For water for that, I appreciate that. Can I get John 14 and 15? Please, Papa Shah. Once again, pay your tithes. The oppressors, the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
Share the content, like, subscribe. tag people in it. If you do decide to share, we are on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Okay? Go ahead.
Charles chapter 14, verse 15. If you love me, keep my commandments, and I will pray the Father,
Mm-hmm.
and he shall give you another comforter.
Right. See what I'm saying? So what does that mean, Dwayne?
And I will give you another comforter. That could probably be the scripture or the prophets.
Okay, so just focusing on John 14 and 15. So just read it one more time.
John 14 and 15. If you shall ask, John chapter 14, and you say 15?
Yeah, that's correct.
If you love me, keep my commandments, and I will pray the Father, and he shall give you another comforter, that he may abide with you forever.
Okay. All right, you stop right there. See what I'm saying? So if you love the Most High, what will you do?
Keep his commandments.
You keep his laws, statutes, and commandments. And once again, you have to show that. That's where the discipline comes in. That's where the changing yourself comes in. Now, let's say that you have done, over 90 days, right? You've done it over 90 days, you got your name, everything's going good, everything's going fine. What you always have to remember, in any situation, always go back to the law and what the law says. In order to have that type of habit, is you have to study often. Okay?
That's right.
You have to study, often and make sure that you are keeping these laws, because that shows that you love the Most High because of the obedience. And faith without works is what? It's dead. All right, go ahead.
So the comforter is the commandment.
Right. In this context, yes. Yes, yep. Con. Is that it on that? Huh?
Yes.
Okay, no sweat. Can you get Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 49? And also, too, this is how we lost our land. Like, we lost our land because we were rebellious, and the Most High pretty much kicked us out of the land. And now we have somebody else that's running the show over there. We have heathens over there who invaded our homeland, but it's not homeland anymore. All right, go ahead.
Okay, Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against it from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flies. A nation whose tongues of death shall not understand.
Okay. No, that's fine. That's fine. Actually, I just wanted that first precept, this first one. 28 and 49, just one more time.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against it from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as an eagle shall fly.
Right, so what is that talking about?
You'll send a nation against the children of Israel.
Right.
Swift as an eagle shall fly.
Right, now you gotta ask yourself, what does the eagle represent, or where do you see it?
Oh, in American symbol is dollar.
Right, there you go. And now, do you know that it wasn't just America who has the eagle symbol? Rome did as well.
Yeah.
Babylon.
Egypt too.
Yep, all of them. Yeah. See what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what you have to understand, that fierce, or that nation that's coming is going to be our oppressor.
Right.
Our oppressor is the one that is going to be the eagle. It's not talking about an actual eagle. It's a metaphor. Okay. Right. And that metaphor came to pass. It's coming to pass today. And once you're done with that, you can keep going to the next verse.
A nation whose tongues of death shall not understand.
Say that one more time.
A nation whose tongues of death shall not understand.
Right. Because to this day, we still don't understand our oppressor. Like, the language that we are speaking as far as English, this is not real English. See what I'm saying? It's broken, it's bastardized, just like everything else that our oppressor does. Okay? Keep going.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 50. A nation of a furious continent.
A nation of what?
A nation of furious continents.
Notice what? A nation of fierce continents. What is fierce continents? Continents is like the expression or the how you say it? It's like the expression of your body language or like kind of like your body language. But a fierce continence shows that you are evil. Just think about it today with the police today all over the earth. They have that problem. They have a fierce continence problem. They grab you up, they throw you on a car, throw you on the floor, they pushing, they punching, they using and abusing you.
Right.
That's the fierce continence. And they are the eagle. America is the eagle. All right, keep going.
Which shall not regard a person of old, nor show favor to the young.
Right. So they shall not have favor from towards the young or the old. And now, Dwayne, give me a scenario in real life that you've seen that where somebody didn't care about the young or the old.
When the 20 women that black woman had that little girl sleep on the coat.
Oh yeah,
kind of. He shot him in top of the head with a gun.
Yeah, there you go.
And he showed him he hadn't shown no remorse or nothing what he did.
Yeah. Yep. And there you go. There you have it, folks. See what I'm saying? That's the fierce continence.
Right.
It's the aggression. It's the the bloodshot red and anger that's always in Esau's mind. He has what is called a perpetual hatred, which is Ezekiel 35 and 5.
Right.
But yeah, you go ahead, keep going.
Okay. And he shall eat the fruit of their cattle and the fruit of their land, until thou be destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
But also shall not leave there either corn, wine, or the increase of their kind, or the flock of the sheep, until he destroy thee.
Right. So now, what is that talking about?
He's going to take everything what you have. Go destroy it all, eat it for itself, and he won't give you nothing.
Right.
Gonna take your cow, gonna take your wine, your oil.
Right.
Gonna take your woman's too.
Right. Your wives, damn
your
right.
wife, yeah.
Damn right. Okay. Now also, so I want to double back just real quick. It says, yeah, the Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. Okay. So at that time, Moses is explaining, how these nations of people who do not belong here are going to try to come here and do this and do that. And as far as the food, see what I'm saying? I said food, my bad. I said food. Good now, I must be hungry. The eagle, you see what I'm saying? The eagle that does not belong here, and then based on the language, they won't understand it.
Right.
They won't understand it. Like, don't you know that the native Indians had to teach Christopher Columbus how to actually speak? Okay. Right. Like he had to teach them the language. He had to show them the ropes of everything as far as how to work the land. That's what was going on. Okay. And then and locking our children up at the borders. Most High in Christ, you damn right. They putting us in cages. They locking us up. You see what I'm saying? Falsely. We are at the borders in tent cities. And then recently I heard about how brothers and sisters out there and the borders are actually getting killed. All right, they are getting killed with no remorse, no mercy whatsoever. And like we got to do all that we can so that can stop for our people. That's why we tell brothers and sisters how serious this truth is.
That's right.
Because this is what's going to get us back together as a whole nation. All right, we can start looking like the children at the Most High, you know, had, which is us. Okay. Go ahead and verse 50.
A nation of a fierce continent, which shall not regard the person of old, nor show favor to the young.
Right. So, a nation of fierce continents, which shall not regard the person of the old, or nor show favor to the young. I'll give you an example of the old. The old is that I think the sister, she had to be 67 years old in New York, and she had a mental disorder, and she was I believe she had a bat, and she was kind of coming towards uh, the brother. Um, no, I'm sorry. The lady was actually coming towards somebody, like the cops had got called, and the cop shot her. Like with all the things that's on that belt, don't you know that you can use other things on the belt to try to disarm somebody? The first choice is a gun. Why? Because of their fierce consonants.
Right.
Go ahead. You want to say something?
Yeah, I was seeing on YouTube, this sister, she was butt naked. And this police had a backpack beat her to death, man. Why couldn't this grab the sister and hold?
That's what I'm saying. Because they want to be reckless. They want to be, disgusting. They want to be cruel and evil, in which they are. They are vile people. That's why, once again, I can't stress this enough. We have to step up as a people and show ourselves not to look like a mockery, not to look silly out here. Because when you're out here getting locked up for certain crimes, it makes us look bad as a people. All the thing that you do, it does affect our nation as a whole. Okay? It does affect all of us.
That's right.
So you gotta be careful what you do, how you do it, what you say, and how you say it. Because it can affect not just you, but everyone else, as far as all the 12 tribes. Okay? Alright, so now the young, real quick. Man, the young. Trayvon Martin.
That's right.
Tamir Rice. See what I'm saying? Tyree King. Tyree King and Tamir Rice, they both died the same exact way and the same exact place, Cleveland, Ohio. And their stories is about maybe a year, some months apart. So I'm saying, when I saw that, I was like, good night. So, this 13-year-old little boy was really a baby. He got killed the same way, and just soon enough to where Tamir Rice had got killed for a toy gun. A toy gun, man. That's terrible. Go ahead.
And sometimes I see in a picture, the boy had a toy gun with on temple. You know it's a toy gun.
Right.
The police still killed a little child. It could have been almost 6 months, 6 years old.
Yeah, I'm saying, look, they try to find any opportunity once again. And then what they do is they kill you or they shoot you and ask questions later. They will hurt you first and then try to get some answers later.
Right.
Which is, absolutely backwards. Okay, so that's it on that. Let's move on real quick. Let me see something real quick. Yeah, I need Deuteronomy 28 and 40. Actually, I got that. No, man. Job 9 and 24.
Job 9 and 24.
Yeah. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse, that's like it. It's Job 9 and 24. All right. Job 9 and 24 is what we need. And everybody should know this precept because this is something that you learn, within your first 90 days coming to class. All right, go ahead.
Job chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given on the hand of the wicked.
The what?
The earth is given on the hand of the wicked.
The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. You got to ask yourself, who are the wicked? Who is running everything in this earth?
Esau.
Esau. See what I'm saying? He's he has sex trafficking. As far as the real sex trafficking, he's pretty much auctioning off the basketball players, like all these things, man. He has a prison program where he's a prison guard, but he is raping, killing inmates. Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? This is the man that we talk about who is wicked. His name is Esau. All right. Keep going.
Job chapter 9, verse 24. He covered the faces of the judge thereof.
Mm-hmm.
If not, where? And who is he?
Right. So if that's not Esau, then who is it? That's what you got to ask yourself. If this man, because a lot of people think that Esau is the Arabs, or they think that there's something else. How, in what world is that possible? Okay, your boss that you see all the time. I'm talking about Timothy, Johnny, Tanner. You know who I'm talking about. Your boss, your PO, the president,
Right.
the vice president are
That's
all
right.
the oppressors. Okay, and they are the ones that has this earth upside down, and it is full of wickedness. All right. Read from the top one more time.
The earth is given on the hand of the wicked.
Say it one more time.
The earth is given on the hand of the wicked.
Right. The earth is given to the hands of the wicked. Now, how do we take it from them? That's what you got to ask. How do we take it from them? You got to work hard for it. You got to get in these ranks. You got to, if you are a sister, find a way to put your brick in. Because there's plenty of things to do in the UPK.
Right.
We have multiple things that we could have anybody do. See what I'm saying? We have the resources.
That's right.
We have everything that you need. All right, these tools in order to get this kingdom out of Esau's hands. All right, because it's time for our kingdom.
That's right.
Am I right?
That's right.
It's time for Jacob's kingdom, man. Because we have been living and suffering and dying in this one for very too long.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Very too long. It's too long. That don't make no sense. And this brings me back to the point that we have lost our ways because we did not follow what the Most High said in the beginning. That's where we fell off as a people. And now it's time to change that. It's time to change the narrative.
That's right.
You gotta stop the drugs. Stop the alcoholism. You gotta stop the strife and the envying between a brother or a sister or a family member. You feel me? It's really time to come together in its worst state and get the kingdom back. Imagine if we had so many brothers and sisters in here that was serving the Most High all over this earth. Yahushua will be back in no time.
That's right.
He'll be back in no time. But we have to put in the work.
That's right.
See what I'm saying? And so keep going.
Job chapter 9, verse 29. 25.
No. Job chapter 9, verse 24.
Job chapter 9, verse 24.
Mm-hmm.
The earth is given unto the hand of the wicked.
The earth is given to the hand of who?
The earth is given unto the hand of the wicked.
The earth is given to the hand of the wicked. Keep going.
He covered the faces of the judge thereof.
Yeah, he covered the faces of the judges thereof. Meaning this, like for example, whenever a Black or Hispanic and Native Indian man makes something, here comes Esau, and he slaps his name on it.
Yeah.
All right, you see what I'm saying? They also, too, in Washington, D.C., the so-called forefathers of America. I don't know them. All I know is Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's it. Go ahead.
Yeah, like all the Renaissance, like a lot of the vision, right how you start painting images, likeness about the priest, making stuff and say he used to prosper and the priests and stuff like that.
Right. Right, and that's a good point. The Most High in Christ. That's a very good point. Let's keep going. Yeah, I need you to get this. Yeah, I want you to grab this. Oh, you got it. Okay, you got a pocket in there.
Yes, sir.
All right, what I need is Baruch 4 and 3. Okay, Baruch 4 and 3. This is another reason how we lost our identity, culture, and tradition. As soon as you get it, go ahead. Because I want the people to really hear this right here. Oh, no, it's actually the next one that I want to listen to. But anyway, yeah, go ahead.
Say Baruch 1 and 10?
No, 4 and 3.
4.
Well, yep, it's Baruch.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Baruch chapter 4, verse 3. Give not that honor to others.
Wait, say that one more time.
Give not that honor to others.
Do not give your honor to others. Now, what is it talking about? Keep going. We'll get to that.
Or the things that are profitable unto a strange nation.
Right, to a strange nation. It's showing you that you have to be separated. Don't give your honor, don't give your glory to these people who don't give a damn about you in the first place.
That's right.
The only way that someone really cares about you, I mean, as far as the other nations, how they care about us, they're trying to get something out of us. They want to use us for something.
Right.
Okay? Keep going.
O Israel, happy are we, for the things that are pleasant to God are made known unto us.
Right, the things that are, what do you say, pleasant?
Pleasing.
Pleasing. The things that are pleasing to the Most High, keep going, what?
Pleasing to God are made known unto us.
Yep, they are made known to us. So, how would you break that down, Lauren? What does that mean?
The law, statutes, commandments, word of God.
Right. So, okay. Let me see. Trying to see. Okay. Just read it one more time out, because I don't want to make it confusing for you. Okay.
O Israel, happy are we, for the things that are pleasing to God are made known unto us.
Mm.
Be of good cheer, my people. The memorial of Israel.
No. I want you to read the part where it says it's pleasing of the Lord.
Okay.
I need that part.
For the things that are pleasing to God are made known unto us.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
That's it. Okay. So yeah. So the thing is that the things that we got going on as far as the law, statutes, and commandments, if we do that, it's going to be pleasing to the Most High.
That's right.
He's going to be happy. He's going to rejoice. Also, too, the Bible does say when the angels see us, like when a brother or sister come into the truth, the angels rejoice.
That's right.
And that's very beautiful, man. That's very beautiful for the angels to rejoice because you came into the school, because you came here to change your life. And then now, you put in all that work, you're going to change nothing but lives and just grow and expand as a people. And even when you feel like you're at a breaking point when it comes to serving, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, just think about the consequences. Are you more afraid of the consequence? Like, do you really truly fear the Most High power? I would think about what could happen to you if you did that one thing.
Yeah.
You feel me? You got to always ask yourself that question, like, is it worth it?